In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to uninstall Visual Studio Code. We'll walk through the exact process using the Windows Settings app, keeping it simple and reliable. By the end, you'll have Visual Studio Code removed from your system, and you'll know exactly what to expect along the way. First, make sure Visual Studio Code is fully closed. Save any work you have open, then close each VS Code window. If you see the icon on your taskbar or notice a prompt about unsaved files, finish up and exit. Uninstallers can't remove programs that are still running, so taking a moment here prevents errors and makes the process smoother. Next, open the Windows Settings app. Click the Start button, then select Settings. If you prefer shortcuts, you can press Windows key plus I to get there quickly. In Settings, choose Apps. This is where Windows lists your installed applications and lets you manage or remove them in a consistent way. Inside Apps, look for the section that lists all programs. On newer versions of Windows, it's called Installed Apps. On older versions, you might see Apps and Features. Both take you to the same place. Use the search box at the top to type Visual Studio Code, or scroll the list until you find it. If you've used the Insider's Edition, you might see a separate entry, but for most people, it's just Visual Studio Code. When you see Visual Studio Code in the list, click the three dots to the right of its name, or select the app tile if that's what your system shows, and choose Uninstall. Windows will ask you to confirm, so click Uninstall again. If a permission prompt appears, select Yes to continue. You may also see a small uninstaller window from Visual Studio Code itself. Follow the on-screen prompt to proceed, and let the process run without interruption. This usually only takes a moment, and you don't need to do anything else until it finishes. Once the uninstall completes, Visual Studio Code will no longer appear in your Start menu or the installed apps list. If you search for it and don't see it, you're done. Your personal files and projects aren't affected by this process, and many settings are stored separately so they can be picked up again if you decide to reinstall later. That's all there is to it. You closed Visual Studio Code, opened Settings, went to Apps, found Visual Studio Code, selected Uninstall, and confirmed the prompts. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, feel free to check out more guides just like this one.